Hey, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Like this video, comment down below. Let me know if you guys are Finesse2tymes fan. Let me know if you Don Chief fan. If you from Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, stand up. Hit me in the comments. Let me see what's going on. Let's get right into this. So, they were at a club. Apparently, there was a situation that happened in a club where multiple people were performing in Dallas. Don Chief was on stage, and supposedly Finesse2tymes was next to go up after Don Chief, keyword after. And what happened next is that Finesse2tymes walked into the front door. He walked on the right side of the tables and he went right up onto the stage and he told Don Chief to give him the microphone and to jump off the stage. And basically, he didn't want to do it. And so he had his people, he had the mob ties crew, whoever he hangs around with, had him come on stage and literally pull Don Chief by his collar and broke his buttons and dragged him off the stage and forced him to be removed from the stage so that Finesse2tymes could take over and do his show. And now that Finesse2tymes has came out on his Instagram and he has basically commented on the situation and gave his side of the story. In his side of the story, he says, quote, that when he gets to a club and he's performing, he doesn't like clubs, so he goes right up on stage and gets right to performing, and basically whoever is in his way, that must move out of his way, or else he's going to have them removed. And that's why he did with the things that he did. And basically, at this point, Finesse2tymes, his career is basically taken off ever since him getting out. So he probably feels like he could do a lot of things and call the shots and be able to tell people to how to live their lives and how to move. What if Don Chief didn't want to get off stage and he was the wrong one that you messed with and he ended up protecting himself from the three security guards that you had come up and basically drag him off? And it's not like Finesse2tymes did anything wrong, because I guess if it's his time to perform, it's his time to perform, and he wants to get right to it. And so now the management is to come out and clear up whether Don Chief had any times left in his set. You got to keep in mind, this was an open mic night. And in any time there's an open mic night, each performer has a certain amount of time. Now, they could have booked Finesse2tymes for more money and maybe could have asked him to come earlier, and that's what caused Don Chief to still be on the stage. And maybe it was a communication issue. We still got to figure that out. So we can't just go and blame and point fingers on Finesse2tymes. He came out and spoke on it, so he's not dodging the situation. Now, we do got to keep in mind that, he could have just asked him nicely to get off the stage. They didn't have to kick him off and embarrass him in front of all those people. It was at least 300 people in that club that night. And like, if you were there, comment down below and let us know what was going on. But from what I'm hearing in the sources, it seems like, they came up and aggressively got him off the stage. It wasn't no chance for him to actually like move, and he could have said some words, like they could have warned him as they was walking up to him that his time was up, but he basically didn't give in to the commands, and so he kind of tried to stand his ground for a little bit. And when you're dealing with the type of people that Finesse2tymes riding around with, I mean, he's a rapper, so he's gonna have the toughest security guards out there. And when they intervene in anything at this day and age, they have to take it to the full extent and put their hands on the person before it escalates, because you hear all the stories and all the other videos about rappers getting hit up and something happening. It's always a dangerous situation when it comes to just literally being in the presence of somebody like that that's in that line of work. And now the people that they keep around them to protect them and to move strictly and to be strategic and methodic about how they move and basically be militant with it. Those guys, if there's a command given, which is get off the stage, they're going to come and make sure you get off the stage if you don't actually remove yourself and take one step and left foot, right foot, and actually start walking and say, okay, my bad, get off. And basically, when they had to come and put their hands on him, they had to do a takedown. And it's not like Finesse2tymes ordered him. It's their job to be security. So it's like the man came here for work, and the club is clearly paying him maybe more money than Don Chief. We don't really know, but we're going to come out and say they were probably paying Finesse2tymes more, and that it was his time to go up and do his set, and that Don Chief was unfortunately was never told that he was going to have his set cut early. But Finesse2tymes said it himself. As soon as he gets into the club, he doesn't even like the club, so he goes right on stage, does what he's got to do, gets his money, gets his back end, and he's back in his foreign car and taking off and going and doing what he does, whatever on his schedule and stuff like that. And so he doesn't have time to wait around for a act to finish up. That's like being a sitting duck. You got to understand the type of people that are in this type of club. It's not like supposed to be a nice country club or anything like that. This is a real deal club in the city where it could be anybody in there. And if maybe it could be the wrong type of people hanging around that might not actually agree with the things that Finesse2tymes says, or maybe they got some type of beef, you never know, or if they try to take his chains or rob him or anything like that. That stuff happens out there, and that it's always something that goes down in them inner city clubs or them clubs in the cities or downtowns where it's a lot of hip hop and just people where they're just doing a lot of new culture stuff. You feel me? So it's like, not trying to say that it's all hip hop clubs have bad. No, it's nothing like that. It's just that it tends to be where it's a lot of people where it's this type of things in common, and the whole scene, the way the whole atmosphere is set up, it's like the certain type of people might be attracted to it that you might not be safe around. And so that's what's happening. And basically, Finesse2tymes had no patience to sit there and wait around for somebody like that to pop up in front of his face. So what he did is, the security team removed the people off the stage. If it was a drummer or a guitarist, they would have removed them too. And so Finesse2tymes went up, he did his set, he did his few songs, he did his 5 songs, and he dipped off and got his money and made sure that there was no other altercation. And so then he had to come out on Instagram to try to diffuse it and make sure that it's no feelings hurt, and that it didn't intentionally mean to kick him off in a mean way where he has something against the guy. No, it was just for everybody's safety. The guy had to be quickly removed off stage so that they could quickly put Finesse2tymes on that same stage, get his act done, and then he can get out, and then they can decide whoever goes on stage afterwards. But they just need to quickly be on schedule with Finesse2tymes security and get things moving quick to prevent any time for any crazy person to come up and do anything that could, further lead to an escalated situation where you got to lock the whole club down and have people hide underneath the tables and going into the back room of the kitchen. So you don't want anything like that. If you end up in the back room of the kitchen in the side of a club, you done messed up at that point. So subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you on the next one as we get some more breaking news updates on the whole situation.